When we started, we had $0, a lawnmower, an old pickup truck, and a shovel. Farming Genius and I, we toiled hard for countless hours, striving to expand our farm significantly. We were getting better and better machines, better tractors, we set up several production facilities and an animal pen. And at the very end, we wrapped some foil-wrapped bales to make silage. Several months have now passed since we started, and we are finally ready to sell our fermented silage bales. We're selling, and our account just got a boost of almost $70,000. In order to sell the premium potatoes produced at our potato factory, I had to set up a shop, or rather, a collection point, to which these potatoes would need to be delivered. While building the collection point, I decided to decorate the area a bit, make a small square here, and as usual, I planted some bushes. Finally, we can sell our premium potatoes, so we're doing just that. Unfortunately, these premium potatoes were only premium in name. We actually didn't earn much from them. But then again, what else could one expect from such a small potato field anyway? Here, as you can plainly observe, we possess a considerably more expansive field. A worker has been sent out to meticulously trim the leaves and stalks, enabling us to commence the potato harvest in earnest. Farming Genius began mowing the grass and left the combine harvester right there in the field. So I decided to finish harvesting this wheat, gather it all up, dump it into the trailer, and then we could feed our animals. Perhaps there would even be enough left over to deliver to the mill. Earlier, as I drove past the mill, I noticed several pallets of flour waiting there. However, we won't be selling them just yet, as they could prove useful for future productions, perhaps for a bakery. We might even bake our own bread. It will definitely be more profitable than just selling the flour itself. I'm unloading the wheat now, emptying it into the trailer so I can finish harvesting all this grain. Just a friendly reminder, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can go ahead and subscribe right now. Also make sure to click the link in the description to visit my Patreon, where you'll discover all the modifications I use and the maps I've personally created, such as the flat map I'm currently playing on right now. While I was busy with the premium potatoes and harvesting wheat, Farming Genius rented some new equipment. Now mowing the grass goes significantly faster. We have mowers on both the front and the back. It's time for a quick break from all that grass mowing. We're building a shed for $24,000 and I'll do some decorating around here. Since I'm already spending money, I'll also install a karcher for $1,550, widen the roads a bit, and fence in our farm to make it look pleasant. I genuinely believe that $35,000 was money very well spent. I'm currently engaged in raking the grass, forming it into neat rows, and after that I'll allow them to ferment so we can ultimately obtain our precious white gold. Far on the horizon I can see that Farming Genius has already started the potato harvest. It's going to take a while because there are quite a lot of potatoes, and the combine harvester doesn't have a very large capacity or working width. I have a small request for you all. If you can, please write in the comments what kind of episode you'd like to see, what series you'd like to watch, and what map I should create. They can be really crazy ideas. It can literally be anything. Maybe with your help and your suggestions, I'll come up with an interesting idea and we'll manage to conquer YouTube. However, at this very moment, perhaps I should focus more on conquering this potato field. I've just filled the tank completely, so let's unload it onto the trailer now. I wonder how many passes it'll take to fill this tank 100%. If I had to make a guess, I'd say that in about 3 passes, 3 lengths, the tank will be completely full. I wasn't far off. We've got another full tank here, so we'll unload it onto the trailer. This way, the combine can keep on working, and while it does, I'll jump over to another machine and start wrapping up those bales. That's right, I'll be making our very own white gold the silage. Farming Genius made quite a few bales for us here. He didn't finish the field, but I think he'll sort that out soon. Right now, he's got a more important job, operating the potato harvester. The trailer is 100% full, so I'm driving this straight to the potato processing point to unload. And let's get our premium potatoes into production. I'm just wondering now, what exactly do premium potatoes even mean? Maybe you have an idea? Let me know in the comments what these premium potatoes are, because I honestly have no clue. Here I am, talking about potatoes, and in the meantime, Farming Genius has made bales and collected all the straw left after harvesting the grain. So we're selling it, and our account just got credited with $14,300. We've already successfully harvested about half of the potato field. My tank is completely full once more, so I'll offload this now, then assign a worker to continue driving while I attend to other pressing matters. And what exactly is it? Creating another field, this time a significantly larger one. So we'll mark the outline with the cultivator and then hire a worker to fill in that outline. I'll be striving to delegate as many tasks as possible now, aiming to accelerate the money-making process and achieve our ultimate dream goal as quickly as possible. Millions of dollars in the bank and a magnificent sprawling farm. We only have a few remaining potatoes to harvest. The worker is doing an excellent job here, so I'll offload as much as possible from him, ensuring enough tank space remains for the rest of the harvest, while I myself will proceed with planting trees. We'll need to wait quite a while for them to fully mature, but in just a few months, we'll have massive trees completely ready for felling. And let me tell you, timber brings in some serious cash. It will also open up options for new production facilities, like a sawmill for example. I'm parking the combine under the shed, so it's not just left anywhere, and transporting the final potatoes we managed to harvest directly to the factory. As you might have just noticed, Farming Genius has already hired a worker who is sowing grain for us on the field where the potatoes were. I'll plant just a few more trees, and then we can fast forward time by a couple of months. After that, we'll have a good income coming in. I've used up all the saplings I had, so let's quickly fast forward through time now. As you can clearly observe, we've fast forwarded a few months, and our balance has significantly decreased from 70,000 to 38, but the trees have now visibly grown in. Admittedly, they're not quite ready to be cut down just yet. They're still rather small, but they'll grow quickly. Then we can finally get to harvesting the wood. But for now, let's concentrate on what we absolutely need to collect and sell, because there are a tremendous amount of bales here. As you can see, Farming Genius is already selling everything, and the balance has jumped to 175,000. Really wow, 190,000 already. Oh, now we're starting to talk about some serious money. I don't know what he sold, but it was definitely all the bales, all the fermented silage bales. So I'm really dedicating myself to producing more bales as quickly as I can. This way, we can get them wrapped up and ultimately earn even more money in the very near future. As I mentioned, we are really accelerating our efforts to achieve that objective with the utmost speed. For now, however, we still have quite a bit of small equipment. It was managing fine until now, but the time has come to upgrade everything, and we'll slowly start replacing our equipment with bigger stuff. As I mentioned earlier, we have a substantial amount of flour to utilize, so I'm establishing a bakery. And not just any bakery, this is an industrial grade facility with an incredibly high processing capacity. It'll be able to bake a lot of bread and cakes for us, and you make the most money on those cakes. And it better, because this bakery cost $90,000, so it needs to pay for itself quickly. The field where Farming Genius previously hired a worker was planted with soybeans, so we need to harvest all of that now. Farming Genius already harvested some, as you can see. I'll just finish it. We're trading tasks like this so everyone gets to do a little bit of everything. As you can see, the tank is already almost completely full. The whole field won't fit into a single tank, and these soybeans can make a really good profit. An additional perk is not having to gather the straw. We might not rake in extra cash from selling it, but the excellent price of soybeans more than compensates for that loss. My tank is almost overflowing, so I'm bringing up the trailer, emptying it out, and then I'll leave the remaining section of the field for Farming Genius to harvest. Meanwhile, I'll switch to the baler, wrapping up some bales, so we can profit handsomely from our white gold in the future. Just a reminder, every single bale is about $3,000. $3,000 for each bale, and there are more than a dozen of them here. As you can see, we've got 100,000 in our account, making this the perfect moment to lease a larger tractor. With it, we'll be able to cultivate the field significantly faster. So I'm hooking up this cultivator right away and getting to work. There's no time to waste. I'll mark out a rectangular outline so the workers don't have a problem with it later. I'll do a few passes through the middle and leave the rest for Farming Genius to finish up. Then I'll jump right into the next task that's already awaiting me. And it is indeed a soybean harvest, another soybean harvest on yet another field. Although you know what, I think I will hire a worker here. Let the worker harvest this grain for us, let him harvest the soybeans, and I'll quickly head to the store and take care of the shopping myself. We've got 93,000 to invest, to spend, so let's hit the shops. You're probably wondering what exactly I'm looking to purchase, aren't you? And I'm telling you now, I need a tractor equipped with a front PTO hitch, specifically for attaching a mower. Plus, I need a rear mower, but a much wider one than we had previously. This way we can cut grass even quicker and produce significantly more of our white gold, which is silage. Just a quick interjection here. I said I'm buying a tractor and mowers, but what I actually meant was leasing or taking them on lease. That's because we generally lease our equipment here, which frees up our cash for further investments. This isn't some hardcore series. We're striving to earn as much as we can, accomplish as much as possible in the shortest time, and manage this farm to its utmost potential. And now, I'll go sell the soybeans we managed to gather. Oh, quite a good profit from that soybean harvest, 58,000, so we can definitely afford to lease a really proper and high quality rake. I'll take it for a test run immediately, and we'll see just how quickly it performs. Compared to that tiny little contraption we were using previously, this is truly a monumental leap, a massive improvement. And it's strange that I've only just now decided to buy a windrower like this. Just as a fun fact, I want to add that Farming Genius and I have already spent more than a dozen hours on this save file to reach this stage. For you it's all beautifully summarized, but we had to put in quite a bit of work here. As I mentioned just now, with this equipment, it only took a brief moment, and the entire field is practically raked up already. Meanwhile, I also went ahead and set up 2 greenhouses, each one costing $10,000, and in them we'll naturally be producing lettuce, as usual. I also spruced up the area a little to make it presentable, and then I made the decision to complete the task of creating the rows. Subsequently, Farming Genius began to produce bales. My role involved wrapping them in foil to create silage. A few months have passed, and we have the bales ready to sell. I'm loading everything onto the trailer and heading to the collection point. This should have yielded us nearly 100,000. Well, it was almost 100,000 more precisely, 87,000. I'm also selling the French fries that we managed to produce, and of course the wool from our sheep. We also sell the fries at this special collection point, but the wool. They don't take wool here, so we have to go to a regular collection point. And altogether, we made tens of thousands of dollars. I also just spent a considerable amount, tens of thousands, on renting a combine harvester, or more specifically, a corn chopper. And it wasn't just any ordinary one, it was a gigantic machine equipped with a huge tank that collects all the corn. Afterward, it can be unloaded onto a trailer and transported to a fermenting silo, which we also just finished setting up, costing us a good few tens of thousands. We're actually skipping over quite a bit here, really trying to accelerate the process of earning cash and expanding the farm as quickly as possible, to really get things moving along. At this point in the game, our primary focus is on supervising our employees, bringing in new hires, and selling the various crops they successfully gather. And as if we didn't have enough corn silage, we're continuously mowing grass to produce even more silage, just in a slightly different form, As long as we have sufficient funds in our account, I decided it would be a good idea to construct a sawmill. A sawmill that will be waiting for us for later, until all these trees grow large enough to be cut down. This investment devoured $60,000, but as you can clearly observe, our funds are depleting at an alarming rate because we have a significant number of workers currently out in the fields. And we also have a substantial amount of machinery on lease, rented and so forth. Therefore, it's better to secure yourself and set up such a sawmill in advance. The grass mowing continues without interruption. In the meantime, Farming Genius sold some crops. It was most likely soybeans, because several tens of thousands landed in our account. Let me quickly show you all the equipment Farming Genius leased, because he wasn't slacking off either. Specifically, he rented this potato harvester. I don't even want to know how much this cost, but it's most likely tens of thousands monthly to lease this particular combine harvester. We'll have to sell a substantial amount of fries for this to even break even. My personal favorite way to make money in this game by far is mowing grass, neatly arranging it in rows, and then wrapping it all up to produce that valuable silage. What's your favorite thing to do in farming, and what's your preferred method of earning money? Or what do you guys enjoy doing the most? Let me know down in the comments. You can also write what you hate doing the most. We can compare, we'll compare. We'll see if anyone else is as strange as I am, only wanting to mow grass in this game. This time, Farming Genius took over the windrower from me, and I am making bales. In the distance, you can also see a worker already planting the field, and on the other side of our farm, a potato harvester is waiting for me to unload the potatoes. I'm dumping everything we managed to collect here and heading back to start the worker again so we can keep harvesting potatoes, and I'm off to the shop again. This time, I'm off to purchase a seeder. It's a massive 12-meter wide seeder from the Lemkin company, and right away, I'll be employing a worker to plant wheat on this brand new field. I also opted to lease an additional bale wrapper so I could employ someone because, as you can probably tell, a huge number of bales have accumulated here, and we honestly don't want to drive around wrapping each and every one of them. This is why a worker is absolutely ideal for this task. The potato harvester's tank was once again completely full, so I promptly began unloading it as quickly as possible, ensuring we could finish harvesting this field without delay. Actually, this is going to be the very last pass, and everything will be collected. I loaded up a full trailer of croquette pallets and went to go sell them. We made $130,000 from that, so I went to the shop and spent $25,000 to lease a combine harvester with a much bigger header, and while I was doing that, Farming Genius was selling crops and our balance exceeded $400,000. $400,000. We've got a brand new combine harvester, so it would be a good idea to get a decent trailer as well. The best kind is one for a truck. I actually paid $15,000 for this, and then I went ahead and leased a gigantic trailer and a truck to go with it. This trailer is capable of holding 75 tons of grain. Workers were employed wherever they could be found, so I began to decorate the area, but meanwhile the combine harvester had already reached full capacity, so I quickly had to unload it, and then I promptly returned to my decorating task. As you can clearly see, I've widened the roads and indeed made many more of them. I'm avoiding asphalt roads, opting for the more appealing gravel ones instead, and just like that, the combine's tank is completely full again. Just one pass around? Not even, and already the tank is 100% full. With such a large quantity of grain, we'll absolutely have to invest several $100,000 into a truly enormous chicken coop, one that will house thousands upon thousands of chickens. However, at this very moment I need to shell out $1,000 and purchase a chainsaw. We're starting to cut down trees, tree felling and furniture manufacturing. I feel a little bad about cutting down these trees because it's going to look ugly here. It's gonna get so empty, but of course I'm not gonna cut down all the trees, so I guess it won't be that bad. Worst case, we'll just plant some new ones. I've now started cutting off the branches that were causing problems, hindering the process of cutting the wood into smaller pieces so that everything could fit on the wood trailer. Mission accomplished. Everything's been chopped up into pieces, so we're loading it onto the trailer and transporting it to the sawmill. One single transport like this one carries approximately 14,000 liters of wood. For the time being, this should be quite sufficient. There's just one more tree here that didn't make it into the initial transport. So I'll cut this up, load it up, and transport it to the sawmill so it doesn't clutter our area. I really need a substantial amount of cash to invest in that chicken coop and the thousands of chickens that will fit inside it. That's why I'm selling all the bales that are out in the field and have already started to ferment. Once I sell them all, we should have almost $500,000 in our account, but we'll need to spend $100,000 just on the chicken coop building itself. I'll immediately decorate this entire area, making sure to create wide roads, because I'll definitely need to drive that truck we previously acquired through here. You see, it doesn't really have the best turning radius, which could make navigating quite a challenge. So that's how it's all looking now, and we'll need to purchase 5,000 chickens. The chickens themselves cost nearly $40,000. I'm going to load this trailer to its full capacity and transport it directly to the chickens, ensuring they have plenty to eat and in turn, produce as many eggs for us as possible. Unloading from this particular trailer is a bit strange, due to the fact that each part has 2 chutes and you have to unload them individually, one by one. And of course, it's also quite difficult to maneuver with this trailer. In the brief time it took me to unload it, our worker had already completely filled his tank and was patiently awaiting our arrival to help him unload. We opted to invest $250,000 into a biogas plant, primarily because we already possess a fermenting silo. This existing silo will allow us to directly transport silage to the biogas plant, thereby generating income. Naturally, I also immediately decorated the surrounding area, planting various bushes and ensuring everything was neatly arranged. I had to unload the combine again because the tank was 100% full. Moreover, I opted for another significant investment, renting a crone mower, specifically a self-propelled model featuring a rear PTO. This will allow me to attach a baler, produce countless bales, and subsequently transport them to the fermenting silo. But for the continuation of this exciting venture, be sure to tune into the next episode, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.